From the ATD NADA Commercial Truck Guide Headquarters, this is Guidelines Report with Senior Analyst Chris Visser.
This month, we're going to do something a little different and talk about the market for natural gas trucks. Earlier this month, Rush Enterprises announced a subsidiary called Momentum Fuel Technologies, which will manufacture and install CNG power solutions for Class 6 to 8 trucks. This development could help to address the chicken and egg scenario in place with natural gas power, namely that price of components won't come down until volume ramps up, but volume won't ramp up until price of components comes down. Also, Cummins Westport is renewing focus on the natural gas market with the introduction of a new ISB 6.7G for medium-duty applications. This engine expands Westport's North American natural gas lineup to 3. The company is also partnering with Agility Fuel Systems in an integration initiative. CNG seems to be gaining favor over LNG. The number of CNG fueling stations is many times larger than LNG stations. Also, onboard storage and fueling is much simpler with CNG. Tank size and weight are still drawbacks with CNG, but continued development is mitigating that factor. Overall, the low price of diesel is the biggest factor limiting demand for natural gas power. Interest was greater when prices were at the $4 level instead of $3. In the short term, the ample supply of domestic crude will keep the price of refined products at current levels. In the longer term, there's a fairly good chance that the Commerce Department could relax restrictions on exports of domestic crude. For reasons we won't get into here, this relaxation won't necessarily increase the price of gasoline or diesel, but it would be a major development in the global oil market. So what about the market for used natural gas trucks? Given the low build rate of these trucks, analysts predict between 15 to 20% penetration by 2020, as well as longer ownership cycles compared to their diesel counterparts. There are still very few of these trucks entering the secondary market. Various large fleets are running substantial numbers of natural gas trucks, but it'll be a few years before these trucks are resold, and even when they are, direct sales to end users could keep that data private. For reference, other than a block of 24 identical trucks sold last summer, there are 0 sales in the NADA database going back to January 2014. We'll continue to closely monitor incoming sales data for sales of natural gas trucks, but we do not expect to see an actionable volume in the short term. That's all for this week. Be sure to read the May edition of Guidelines for more detail on the natural gas market, as well as conditions for other segments.